Hi, everyone. My name is Anisha Sharma, and I'm a junior majoring in Health and Human Services, and this is my M-Talent Showcase presentation. And I thought I would start off by talking about how I was introduced to campus, and then just kind of go through and talk about my experience on campus so far. So to start off, I was introduced to campus through WOW, or Wolverines Orientation Welcome, which is a couple-day program before the school year starts in August for first years on campus, whether that's transfer students or freshmen. And the outdoor experience is about meeting new people and having fun outside and trying various activities. And Metro experience, which is what I went on, is based in Dearborn. And actually, we stayed on campus and we learned about U of M Dearborn and campus in general, as well as the Dearborn community. And we volunteered with various organizations in and around the community. And I consider myself to be a part of the lucky group of people who got to go on this specific experience, because while Metro was only offered in 2019, the year that I went, and then because of COVID, they weren't able to have it again. So I would consider going to WOW to be one of the best decisions, if not the best decision I've made so far in college, because first, it introduced me to some of my closest friends right now. And it also introduced me to a lot of the events, orgs, and programs that I'm in at the campus. And I would like to start by talking about one of the first things that WOW introduced me to, which would be Alternative Breaks, or AV, which is a week-long trip that takes place over spring break, where you and about 8 or 9 others will learn about a specific subject somewhere in the US. And so my group learned about homelessness, specifically in the greater Cincinnati area, and we talked to people in this community, and we were also able to volunteer at various local orgs there and volunteer in soup kitchens. And I would consider this experience to be life-changing for a couple of reasons. One, the topic of homelessness was something that I knew about, but not something that I had really spent too much time on. So spending time with these people and talking to people who work with such people really opened my eyes and really made me want to learn more about what goes on and pay more attention to that. I've also met some close friends here as well, so I'm really grateful for that. And then finally, I would also say the reason that this is life-changing is because we got back from this trip a couple of days before COVID was declared a pandemic. So life-altering in a couple of ways. The next thing that I was introduced to through WOW was the Town Gateway. And for me, the Town Gateway has really helped me in reflection. Me, like I'm sure many other people, are in this stage, nowadays where everything is a go, 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 and we don't really stop and think about what we've done or reflect. And so Talent Gateway has really made me stop, pause, and reflect on what I've done. So any event or anything that I've done, whether it's small or big, to think back and say, was it something good? Was it something bad? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What could I do better? And what could I continue doing to get that final result that I want? And then some other things that I'm a part of on campus are the honors program, which you start in your freshman year at U of M Dearborn. And it is a series of 8 classes, 2 composition classes, and 6 Western culture classes, which are about the Western culture topics in reading, in various books, and also in life at that time in general. And so this program is mainly about reading, writing, and speaking. And so for me, reading and writing are not my strong suits. So I really wanted to push myself to become better at reading and better at writing. And I feel like my writing has improved significantly through the numerous papers that I've written in all my classes. And another aspect of this program that I wanted to work on was speaking. Public speaking isn't really my strong suit. I don't speak in classes and I don't prefer to speak to groups of people. So the honors program is all about discussion. And I believe it's made me a better speaker. And I'm really grateful for that. And then some orgs I'm a part of on campus are South Asian Student Association, the Pre-Professional Health Society, the Physician Assistant Association, the Red Cross Organization, and Indian American Student Association. And being a member, but also being a board member for most of these orgs has really improved my leadership and communication skills. By talking to people of various backgrounds about similar ideas and putting them into events, whether online or in person, I think has really made me a better person. And I feel like these characteristics are very important, specifically when it comes to being an employee in whatever background. And so kind of just wrapping up my presentation, my advice in my limited experience on campus would be to take risks. And I say this because whatever I've talked about so far has happened only because I took risks and went out of my comfort zone. And taking risks are important to learning more about yourself and having that ideal college experience. Everyone wants that college experience. And UVM Dearborn is slightly different since it's a commuter campus, so you may not be able to have all the experiences that everyone else does. So I feel like taking risks is one way to get the most out of that college experience. And so I'm actually taking my own advice, and I am participating in the Inside Out course, which takes place in the winter, and it is where you go to a correctional facility and take class with the inmates there, which I think will give me a different perspective on education and life in general. And I'm also thinking about studying abroad in Poland, COVID permitting. And I think that'll also give me a new perspective on life. And talking about experiences and taking risks in general, I feel like it's very important to learn about different cultures, different themes, learn more about people, and learn about society, but also really about who you are and how you see yourself in society. And I think all these experiences will help you become a better student, a better teacher, a better listener, better advisor, better friend, employee, but also most importantly, a better person. Thank you for listening.